Alright everybody, we're doing a UFC 328 recap. Let's go. Let's start off with the first fight of the night. Jose Ocho versus Clayton Carpenter. Jose Ocho looked really good. His striking was tremendous. He got taken down a couple of times though, pretty easy. So I think against a really good grappler, he wouldn't do too well. But I'm excited to see more of him. He has entertaining striking. I need to see him fight some better opponents, you know what I'm saying? Next fight. Basum Sukarev Kev, I don't know his fucking goddamn motherfucker's name, versus Jordan Santos. Basungers, he won all 3 rounds from controlling the striking. He looked decent. He needs to focus more though and stop doing this fancy shit. Like, he looked kind of lazy just doing some fancy stuff, bro. He was winning all 3 rounds, and then third round he took him down and controlled him, did some ground and pound, and got a rear naked choke and put him to sleep. So it was a pretty good fight because, you know, his striking was pretty good until the third round when he went for the fucking rear naked. ADZ said thanks. Joshua Van, I know we're going to get into Joshua Van later, bro. That fight was crazy, bro. All right, next fight. Pat Sabatini versus William Gobes. Pat won by decision. He took him down every round, pinned him against the fence, wrestle humped him. Super boring. Don't really want to talk about it that much. But next fight. Roman Kopylov versus Marco Tulica. First round was a bit boring. They were just filling each other out. The second round was getting, Roman was getting hit a lot. But he was staying in there. And then when Marco went for a leg kick, fucking Roman timed that shit and dropped him with a 3-2. And then the third round, right when the third round started, Roman Kopylov opened it up the round with the same 3-2 and dropped him. Shit was pretty tough, bro. And then he kind of just like, Marco got up and Roman clinched and took him down and controlled him for a while until Marco got up with 3 minutes left. And then they like pitter patter for the rest of the fight mostly until the last minute. They started exchanging pretty good and Roman won. He looked alright. And I just don't think Roman is really the guy we thought he was gonna be. Like, every fight, like, he just kind of proves that he's just not as good as we thought. It's kind of sad. Like, against some real elite middleweights, he'll get slimed out. ADZ said W Roman. I mean, kind of, but like, I don't know, bro. He's just not that good, in my opinion. Let's go. Next fight. Let's go. We're getting into the main card now. Jim Miller versus Jared Gordon. Jim Miller opened the fight very explosive and was going, like, for the fucking kill shot immediately. And he accidentally kicked Jared Gordon in the balls at the start. Then the fight got paused for a little bit, and then they kept going again. And freaking Jim Miller went for, like, a switch kick. Jared Gordon caught it, went to take him down. And then Jim Miller jumped to Gilly, and he got it super tight, and he finished freaking Jared Gordon, bro. His W performance from Jim Miller, bro, was surprising, bro. It was low-key surprising. I thought I picked him to win, man, but it was kind of surprising, bro. All right, next fight. Grant Dawson versus Matisse Rebecki. This fight was actually entertaining. Grant Dawson has no chin and leaves himself wide open. Thanks, Grandma, for the heart me. It was so crazy. Grant won first round by controlling wrestling. He got dropped in the second round, almost got finished, and then he got taken down at the end too. And then the third round, Dawson took this guy down, and he was controlling and wrestling him the whole time. And then at the very end, bro, with like 30 seconds left, he freaking subbed him, bro, with a rear naked. It wasn't even that tight. Like, Rebecki could have probably waited and survived, but no, he tapped, bro, with 20 seconds left. So crazy. My dad had freaking money on this fight to go to decision too. He lost by 20 fucking seconds, bro. Actually tragic. It's actually tragic. It's so sad. Tragic. My dad did not get the bet. Fucking so sad. By 20 seconds, bro. Rebecki's kind of a pussy for that. Like, why tap? Go to sleep. Why tap? Go to sleep. Alright, next fight. Alvarez versus Yasser Amasov. Fuck these goddamn fucking names, man. So bad. Asmov got a takedown, and then he subbed him with a head and arm choke. It was a fucking W-eyes choke, bro. In the second round, it was a nice head and arm choke, bro. Trying to master that choke myself, it's very hard. But once you get it like the way this guy does, bro, it's fucking nice. Like the way him and Islam did it, so nice. Next fight, Atiba Gautier versus Ozzy Diaz. This fight was interesting. Atiba Gautier actually faced some adversity in the first round. It was pretty surprising. This guy was minus 1,000 fucking 400, minus 1,100, bro. Like, this guy is always minus, like, at least 800 and above. Always a super heavy favorite, and things were not looking that good for him in the first round. But then in the second round, he came out and looked good. He slipped the jab and threw it overhand and landed a pretty clean drop. Ozzy Diaz won the fight. It's a pretty good performance, but Loki should be better if you're a fucking minus 1,400, bro. I said, bro, are you fantasizing? What do you mean am I fantasizing? Ozzy Diaz failed me? Why would you take Ozzy Diaz, bro? This guy's minus 1,400. Have you, like, not been paying attention to Tiva? He always fucking wins because he's fighting fucking cans. Alright, next fight. Bobby King Green versus Jeremy Stevenson. Let's go. Let's go, bro. I took Bobby Green. He won. And he looked really good, bro. He won because of what I said, too. Because he's faster, bro. Way faster. Way faster than Jeremy Stevenson. Jeremy Stevenson's too old, bro. He needs to hang it up. He's lost the last, like, 8 or 9 fights now. Like, that's so bad, bro. Bobby Green was piecing him up on the feet. Rocked him, I'm pretty sure. And then had Jeremy Stevenson stumbling. And Green just got on top of him and then eventually took his back. Rear naked. It was nice. Our next fight. Sean Brady versus Joaquin Buckley. Versus W. King Green? Yes, W. King. Alright. Sean Brady versus Joaquin Buckley. This fight went exactly what I predicted too. A boring decision win for Sean Brady. The wrestling was too much for Joaquin Buckley. He took him down every round, controlled him. And yeah, Buckley just didn't have a chance, bro. He doesn't have a takedown defense to deal with this guy. Exactly what I thought. Next fight. Alexander Volkov versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. Volkov won by decision. It was kind of mid-performance, boring fight. It's whatever. Bro said, Buckley, I'm so sad he lost. I know, bro. You're telling me, Adam. Sean Brady is just, like, a bad matchup for him, bro. Let's get into the best fights of the night. Next fight. Co-main event of the night. Joshua Van versus Tatsuro Terra. What a beautiful fight this was, bro. What a beautiful fight this was. Like, round 1, Tatsuro gets a takedown immediately. I'm like, oh, fuck, bro. Joshua Van might be cooked. He might not be able to stop the takedown the whole fight. Like, he might be done for. And then he starts being able to stay on his feet a little bit in the first round. And then on the feet, it's just a clear mix match. Van is way better on the feet. His boxing is way better. He's way quicker. The power is so insane. He was dropping him mad times, bro. I think it was like, was it the second or third round? He basically fucking finished him, but the ref didn't call it. And then they kept going, and then he fucking finished him in the last round, bro. Like, in the last round. Oh, bro, it was so good. He dropped him 3 times? Yeah, bro. He dropped him a lot of times. That shit, oh my god, bro. Joshua Van is, like, definitely one of my favorite UFC fighters now. I mean, he's been ever since, like, he's been coming up. He's just so entertaining, bro. The boxing and the power. It's really amazing. Tatsuro, though, Tatsuro's chin is fucking crazy. That's what ADC said he had a tough chin, bro. Yeah, exactly. Tatsuro's chin was crazy, bro. He could take a fucking punch. Like, he was eating them shits, like, low-key, bro. A lot of them, bro. He might have a little bit of CTE after that, but it's all good, bro. Bro got paid a lot. Paid a lot of money. Hopefully. I don't know, bro. I can't wait for the Joshua Van Pantoja rematch. I think Van might fucking win that shit, bro. Bro said early stoppage opinion. Yes, bro. I did think it was an early stoppage. Thanks for saving that. Yes, bro. It was an early stoppage. I was freaking out during the fucking live reaction on stream. Cause, bro, in the third round when he dropped him, he was hitting him way longer for like a minute straight. No, like, protection from Tatsuro. And then in the 5th round, like, Van was, like, hitting him, like, same type of shit, but even less. For, like, 10 seconds, and then, like, they stop it. It's, like, it's so weird, bro. I deadass think they tell the refs, like, to not stop it so, like, the fight could be better, or, like, because they want somebody to win. They wanted that shit to, like, ride out until, like, the 5th round and then have him kill him in the 5th round. Because they could have called that shit in the 3rd round if they're going to call it in the fucking 5th. But it is what it is. He was going to win anyways. But it's like, you let the man go out on his shield, you know? Alright, next fight, bro. Last fight of the night. Main event of the night. Accidentally clicked out of it, bro. Let's get back on that shit real quick. Main event of the night: Hamza Chimaev versus Sean Strickland. Only prediction I got wrong of the night. Only prediction probably majority of people got fucking wrong. Sean Strickland pulls it off, split decision. One judge said Hamza won. In my opinion, Sean Strickland won clear as day. Maybe a draw if you don't want to give it to Sean Strickland. But he landed the more damage. He landed more significant strikes. Yeah, Hamza had some good control time, but you don't base a fight off of that. You base it off of damage. So it's definitely Strickland. Bro, ADZ said boring main event. No way. Like, it was not that boring, bro. It was fire because it was competitive. Like, Hamza was in there the whole time and Strickland was there. Like, I can't lie, Strickland's striking is pretty ugly, bro. It's ugly, just jabs, just 1-2s and teeps. But, you know, he's good at what he does. He talks some shit. But, yeah, bro. I think everybody's shocked by this. Hamza Chimaev is now moving up in weight. He's now going to be competing at light heavyweight. That's going to be interesting. Maybe at some point we'll actually be able to see Hamza Chimaev versus Alex Pereira. Maybe not, though. I feel like Alex Pereira is going to hang it up after heavyweight. Like, if he wins the heavyweight title, bro, he should just retire. Because he's basically GOAT. But anyways, what's next for Sean Strickland? What is next for Sean Strickland? Who's he going to face? DDP again? Or what? They got security for no reason? Bro, they always have to have security, bro, in case anything happens. They don't want Khabib versus fucking Conor McGregor to happen again. That's bad looks for UFC when that shit happens. Even though it's entertaining and like cool for the fans, it's bad for them, bro. Alright, so nobody has what's next for Sean Strickland. That's the recap. Thank you guys all for watching. Stay tuned for the UFC predictions.